Alright, so hyperbola with a center at HK. Alright, we're going to do one. Let's start with XB first. Alright. Center is HK. Your vertices are H plus A and H minus A. Foci H plus C, comma K, H minus C, comma K.
So do some people call it foci?
No. Well, they might, yeah.
I'm supposed to do it off the foci. What's the foci?
And in some places they call them focal points. They don't, yeah. And, oh, and don't forget, I'm going to put these in red. This one goes back to being plus. C squared equals A squared plus B squared, so don't forget that. And the asymptote. Bless you.
It's like a breath of fire to me.
That was, yeah. Yeah. Alright. We're going to draw one. We're going to go ahead and throw numbers in there on this one. Okay? We're going to start this one with some numbers, and then we will move the y over to be in front on top of the a squared, and we'll do one with numbers. The one that we draw with numbers cannot go on your note card. Note cards are just for blank examples. Nothing specific can go on your note card. Okay? Can I move this?
Wait a second, get that.
Alright. Get it.
Alright.
Got it?
Yep.
Okay. Alright, we're not going to complete the square or anything on this, because what I really want us to focus on right now is just getting it correct. Okay? So, first of all, find the center, find the vertices, and find the foci. Do that on your own. That much you can do. I'm going to pause. What's the center? 2, -3. Don't forget to change those signs, okay? Those signs have to be changed. Alright, so that's the center. The vertices, right here, h plus a, comma k, h minus a. Well, what's h? Or, sorry, what's a? That's a squared. What's a? 4. Okay. So the vertices are going to be at 6, -3, Yes. Remember, on hyperbolas, a squared is always first. It's not about your bigger number anymore. A squared is always first. Write that down. Write that down. Okay. How about now? Can I go now? Okay. So, so that's 6, negative 3. What's this one? Negative 2, negative 3. Great. Okay, and then what's C? The square root of 41? 6.4? Okay. So we're going to be at what? 8.4, negative 3. And negative 4.4, negative 3. Is that right? Yep. Alright, so now let's talk about those asymptotes. So much in the way. Y minus K. So Y minus negative 3 equals plus or minus A over B. The plus or minus is because there are two of them. There's one with a positive slope coming through, and there's one with a negative slope coming through. Okay, that's why it's a plus or minus. You have two asymptotes that cross, and then our hyperbolas hug up against those. That's what makes that two parabolic shapes, okay? So, plus or minus B over A. What's B? What's A? Times x minus 2. Alright, so those are our asymptotes. You know how to graph those? Guys overrun, yeah. Except it's not in slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form would be, well, let's see. We'll need to do two of them. Oh, thanks. We just went yesterday. This is twice. Okay, because we've got two asymptotes. We've got the positive and the negative. So we've got y plus 3 equals 5/4 x minus 5 halves. And then you subtract 3. So y equals 5/4 x minus 11 halves. That's one of them. And then the other one is the negative. So that's y plus 3 equals a negative 5/4 x minus 2. So that's y plus 3 equals a negative 5/4 x plus 5 over 2. And you still subtract 3. Y equals a negative 5/4 x minus 1/2. Yes. Right here, 5/4 times 2 gives you 10 over 4, which reduces down to 5 over 2. So these are your two asymptotes. Right here and right there. Those two right there.
Is that 11 over 2 again?
It's 1/2. Yeah. If I had my fancy new smart board, I bet you could read it. Alright, let's try and graph this, okay? Oh, back to this. Alright, so our center is at 2, negative 3. Vertices at 6, negative 3. And at negative 2, negative 3. foci. I'll add those in a minute. I want to get to these asymptotes because I think that's what we're going to have the most trouble with. And we're kind of getting out of time here. So negative 11 halves is negative 5 1/2. So it's going to start here. And then it goes up 5 from that point. Okay? So since I'm going up 5 from that point, it's always going to be in the middle because that's a half. Okay? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Should pick up that center. So that's one of them. Okay. Now the other one, where does it start? Nope. It starts at negative 1/2. So that's the y-intercept. That's where it starts. And then see, it's a negative. So it goes down 5 from this point right here. So again, it's going to be in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 4. 1, 2, 4. About right there. And then connect those points. Now when you draw your actual hyperbola in, it hugs up those asymptotes. Alright, so, and you do need to add in your foci. I just wanted to get the rest of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So do that right there. You've got your two axes, your transverse axis and your conjugate axis. If you'll remember that. We didn't talk about that, but that's what the transverse axis is from here to here. Passes through the center. The center does. Okay. Yeah. And your conjugate axis would be from here to here, passing through the center. And why they're helpful? Well, if you are really struggling drawing in those asymptotes, if you make a rectangle, those asymptotes should be the diagonals of that rectangle. And this one is.
How do you know how long your...
That one's not. This one is 2A, and this one is 2B.
Which one's 2A?
The one that actually touches your vertices, that's 2 times A. And the other one, the conjugate axis, it's 2B long. Yeah. So if you're struggling with drawing those asymptotes, this is really helpful because you can just go from corner to corner of this rectangle that these make, and that would be your asymptote. Which, like I said, this positive one is dead on, but the negative one, not so much. Alright, so that's when X is first. And again, I think the only thing that's really different about this is the asymptotes. We haven't done that yet. And I'm a little worried about your Algebra 1 skills getting from this, to that. Or, sorry, that, I moved it.
I had trouble with that back.
Yeah, so that's, I'm a little concerned about that. Alright, let's have it go the other way. Alright, remember, A is always your first number. A and B don't change. What changes are the x and the y. So if it's going to open up and down, the y is going to come first. Something else to note, k is still with y, even though it's your first number. Okay? That's still h, that's still k. You can't read it straight across. You're going to put your hyperbola in the wrong place. Alright, so your center is still at HK.
So this is going to go in your open side.
It's going to open like that. Yeah. Okay. What else did we talk about? Vertices? Vertices. H, K plus A, and H, A minus A. And then we talked about what? Foci? H, K plus C, and H, K minus C. And remember, C squared is A squared plus C squared. Your asymptotes, the last one was B over A. This one is A over B. That's not going to be confusing. Alright, we have what?
Are we gonna have a trace of like all of them?
We hopefully will.
But that's not the one that's gonna be Friday.
That's not going to be Friday. Alright, you ready to do one of these?
You give me 1 second.
1 second, okay.
Take a second.
You literally have 1 second. Go. You're done.
We're going to search something more.
No.
Okay, so you do.
Alright, so let's look at y minus 1 squared over 9 minus x plus 1 squared over 16 plus 41. Alright, so identify what you can out of that. Get what you can get. What's the center? Negative 1, 1. Remember, that's H and that's K. Right? Vertices. Huh? Negative 1 what? I can't hear you. Negative 2. Okay. Alright. Did you find the foci? What's C? 5. Okay, so where are my foci? Negative 1 what?
Negative 1, 2, 8.
Uh-huh. Negative 4. Okay, now, did anybody get the asymptote? Yeah? Working on it? Well, let's start from the beginning. Let's not just go straight to the asymptote, because too many people still need to see the work that goes into getting it, okay? So, it's going to start out y, what?
Minus 1.
A over b, so that's what, 3 over 4 x plus 1. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and split it in 2. Well, maybe not. Maybe I'm going to write
You
that
can change
down.
it to x plus 1 because one of x.
X minus that is going to be x plus 1. Yeah. Okay, so working on this one, I'm going to get y minus 1. This is just distributive property. 3/4 x plus 3/4. And then I'm going to add 1, which guess what? It's 1 3/4. I know, imagine that. So this right here is one of my asymptotes. I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to go over here. Distributive property. That's all that is. Distributive property right there. Okay? Add 1. Add 1. That's going to give me a negative 3/4 x plus 1/4. That's my other asymptote. I'm going to move it over here.
How do you...
1 minus 3/4 is 1/4.
Yeah. I had a negative 3/4. I added 1. That left me with 1/4 left over. Okay, I'm going to erase all this work because that's where I'm going to put the graph. No graph. Oh my gosh, you got it? You got it? Okay. It does take up a lot of paper. Yeah. Yeah. Plant a tree. Earth Day's coming up. Plant a tree. Arbor Day. It's Tree Day? Oh. Oh, okay. Can I erase this then?
Arbor Day is tree day?
Yes, the Arbor Day Foundation plants trees and stuff. All right. Stuff. Okay. Center is at -1, 1. Vertices, -1, 1, 2, 3, 4. -1, -2. I'll put the foci in just a minute. Let's get these asymptotes in there. So I need to go up 1 3/4. Then I have to go up 3 from this point right here. 1, 2, 3, and over 4. This one with the fractions might be a good one to find out where B is and get that other, because you know you've got one of your axes right here. I have to graph 1/4. That, you know I'm going to get that wrong because I don't even have real graph paper. I just made it up. So this one might be a good one to draw in that rectangle and connect the corners. Okay. What's B here? 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you just draw a rectangle here. Okay, so the asymptotes are going to be the diagonals of this rectangle. Hey, I did almost hit that one. So I was close, but I hadn't grabbed that 1/4 yet either. So anyway, and then your actual hyperbola would start here, here, that one, and then I'm gonna put the foci there, -4.
I'm confused on the whole black rectangle.
The black rectangle is made up of the transverse and the conjugate axis. Okay, the transverse, and they both pass the transverse axis passes through the center, and the conjugate axis passes through the center. The transverse axis, this is the transverse axis, it's A units away here and A units away here, so it's 2A units long. The conjugate is B units on this side and B units on that side, so it's 2B units long. So you've got this T there, right? If you just make a rectangle around that T, the diagonals of it are your asymptotes. Okay? You can graph your asymptote, except I just really don't think I can graph that on that. If I had nice, pretty graph paper, maybe I could. But I think I can make a rectangle on that easier than I can do that. That's how I went with that route. On the test, you're still going to have to find this. You're still going to have to find your asymptotes, even if you go with a rectangle every single time. You still have to find your asymptotes. You don't have to. I just think it's easier when you have to graph that. Alright, I'm going to give you